The realm was quiet once. I remember like it was only 1,000 years ago. With mankind came the end of solitude. They brought music, art, harvest, trade, and war. Balance keeps the realm of man in harmony. If left unchecked, chaos will erupt. 5.5 centuries ago, the celestial heavens could bear it no longer. They sent an ambassador to deliver Mikadono from ruin, the greater spirit Husen, though most know him as Mad Monkey. Bright streaks of magenta tore across the sky on what would forever be known as the Day of Thunder. Conjuring an ethereal lightning storm, Monkey delivered the spirits of the 7 great clans, binding them each to material objects. These spirit idols were gifted to the 7 champions worthy of wielding their power. The 7 Thunders. That night, lightning blasted through the rooftops of the Imperial Palace, striking the throne of Emperor Tatsuo. He would be the first in his line to harmonize with Ryu, the dragon spirit. Meanwhile, across the Tigerlands, the Silver City of Yoamura was under siege, its people on the brink of starvation. The new shogun tasked his most elite samurai with orders to break the siege at all costs. Lady Matsu, the clan's fiercest military commander, led her task force beyond Tanuki lines and set fire to their camp. But she found herself outnumbered, 10-1. Moments from certain death, Lady Matsu heard a crack of thunder throughout the night. And from the darkness leapt Chikara, spirit of the Tiger Clan, harmonizing with Lady Matsu and carrying the commander to safety. Deep in the Cobra Lands, bog raiders and rots watched from their hovels as the ethereal storm brewed overhead. Ren, a formidable Wu-Gen, was the first champion to harmonize with Doku, the Cobra spirit. Not long after, she would harness her idol to claim the Cobra Daimyo's seat for herself. The Tanuki spirit, Kintama, found a different way into the hands of his champion. As the story goes, the clever farmer Komori offered to trade a jug of rice wine for the cunning Tanuki spirit, and Monkey eagerly accepted. The Tanuki spirit bound itself to the farmer's Kusarigama. To the south, in Akimiyama, Hanju the crane spirit harmonized with schoolmaster Jin, a wise yet mirthful school teacher who instructed his students in the arts. Monkey's storm struck Jin's writing brush, imbuing the artist's instrument with the spirit of the crane. It is a common saying among seasoned fishermen, the heavier the storm, the heavier the catch. As Monkey's thunderstorm gathered off the western inlet, a fearless merchant named Mondo cast out into the open sea, boasting he'd catch the biggest fish the world has ever seen. Pink lightning cracked down upon him, splitting his skiff in two. But Kohaku, the koi spirit, harmonized with Mondo that night and carried the stranded fishermen to shore. Atop the peaks of the Sunrise Mountains, Cho, the butterfly spirit, harmonized with her champion, lightning channeled into the ever-sheathed sword of Master Shinsei, founder of the great butterfly clan. The monk had been waiting in that spot for 40 days and 40 nights, He trusted that if he waited long enough, his purpose would find him. The Seven Thunders held a private audience in Nakohama, behind the closed doors of Tatsuo Hall. A merchant, artist, farmer, monk, wujen, and samurai sat alongside the emperor for the first time in history. The champions of the 7 clans vowed forever to use their spirit idols to uphold the balance of the realm. In time, the 7 thunders passed on, and the spirits harmonized with new champions worthy of taking their place. The Pact of the 7 lasted for centuries, until a troubled young emperor sat upon the throne. Jiro, a boy who saw his life taken from him and turned to the spirits for revenge. The boy emperor knew he could never destroy the idols, so he set out to capture each of them so they could never again bring harm to the people of his empire. Jiro petitioned for aid from his closest advisor, Gaboro of the Swamplands. The Cobra champion unleashed upon the Shogun's capital a colossal horror from deep within the Shadowlands. Byoki no Oni, the Plague Bringer. The disease-ridden monster spread its pestilence with a single touch. The Silver City was overrun in minutes. The new Tiger champion, Shogun Akodo Kanemura, had no choice but to lure the Oni into her treasure vault and seal its unbreachable door behind her. With the Tiger Spirit and the Plague Oni trapped within the Shogun's palace, the few survivors fled the plagued city, marking the end of the great Tiger clan. After hearing of the attack on Yoamura, the Koi clan declared war on the Empire, laying siege to Nakohama Harbor with their war fleet. The Toritaka Armada was impregnable, but they had a traitor among their ranks, Yoshi the Yogo. As Jiro bore down upon the fleet, Yoshi trapped Kohaku, the Koi spirit, in a cursed flask, eliminating the clan's last defense against Dragonfire. The day would be known as the Siege of Sinking Fire, the final moments of a once great clan. With 2 idols lost to history, Jiro did not rest. The new Crane champion, Ashina Aki, known simply as Blood Crane, cloistered in her Rune Priest temple, exiled from the Cranelands for her depraved brand of blood magic. Blood Crane refused to surrender Hanju the Crane Spirit, lashing out against the Emperor in a violent wrath. 2 dragons clashed with 2 cranes in a battle of unyielding forces, until finally Blood Crane fell. With a broken wing, Hanju the Crane Spirit fled to Akimiyama and landed in the hands of Crane Daimyo Osaki Soko. The following day, Soko forfeited Hanju to Emperor Jiro in order to save her people. Jiro locked the Crane idol away in Blood Crane's forbidden temple, never again to see the light of day. Hearing the news of Jiro's conquest, Master Itsu set Cho the butterfly spirit free into the mountain air, trusting he would someday find a worthy master. Rather than oppose the Emperor, Komori Kato struck a deal to keep Kintama, the Tanuki spirit, in the family. In a show of loyalty, Kato surrendered his firstborn and heir to be raised in Nakohama as Jiro's ward, a tradition that continues to this day. With the Tiger Shogunate no more, Jiro appointed his trusted friend, Gaboro of the Cobra Lands, as his new shogun.